Yo, peace, love, and law, everybody. Welcome to In God We Trust Academy and the Lawman podcast. We are on episode 11. As everybody begin to come in, make sure you like and share wherever you're watching from on the platforms. And to everybody that's in here with me, what's up?
Peace and love.
Absolutely. A few more minutes, guys. A few more minutes before we get started. Hold up. Hey, man. Such a beautiful day. I will say that. Very exciting time. June 27th is coming, everybody. Literally next month. God's Law, My Salvation. We will be in Marietta, Georgia, in the Atlanta area. This class, this conference, the fellowship, the people involved, because you are special. It's going to be a time had, though, for sure. You guys literally make sure that wherever you watch it from, you continue to engage. I know a lot of people like to just watch and listen, but when we come live like this, they don't. And mostly everything I do is by word of mouth. I don't really boost posts or stuff like that, advertise. I could, but I let y'all do that. I let the people handle it. So if you're not engaging, then it definitely is not going to bring you there. But that's just how algorithm works. A few more minutes though, guys. Definitely has been something these past few days. I will say this. We definitely have I guess you call it the sovereign community or whatever, shaking up right now. We do. It's okay. Everybody got to learn at some point. So y'all say y'all good in here. I only heard like one person. I think I heard male.
All good, brother. How you doing?
All right, there you go.
How are you?
What's up, Ricardo? I am good. Just relaxing. Excited about the time that we are having today in this era in time. For sure. As always, man, we still got a few more things left, guys. Do know that the ebooks are 10% off right now. I don't have that flyer up, but you probably have received it if you have an email, etc. with us. So it is 10% right now. So all ebooks are. Just to put that out there. Defend and Conquer is still going. You got 4 more days for that and Mastering Lawsuits for that bundle on InGodWeTrustAcademy.com. You still got a few time for that, but for the most part, we steady moving. All right, so we're gonna hit this record button and we're gonna jump right into this. All right, again, welcome guys to In God We Trust Academy and the Lawman podcast. We are on episode 11 with you guys today, and man, the journey has been sweet. I'm always glad to learn. I get excited. So when you see me excited, that means I elevate it. and I have to. You do too. This is a never ending thing. I hope you guys know that. This is something we have to take part in daily to literally study and to keep ourselves afloat. All right. So now, today, always thankful for you guys' time and making this possible and having a meeting of minds here with us today. We give thanks to the Almighty for everything that has transpired for this moment to allow us to have the meeting of the minds today, and that we be able to be open and being able to receive what is about to be given to us today as well. Everything is for educational and religious purposes only. Anybody seeking any form of legal advice, please do seek a legal advisor. All right. Please do. We got any testimonies today before we get started? Any testimonies today? All righty. No testimonies. Hey. Let's move on then. All right. So I've been playing work sessions by ear, and I played it by ear again today. And that's because we about to show y'all some things. Let me give y'all guys another glimpse of what is coming for 27th. All right. So now, if when we click on this, now, brother Ricardo, you with us right now? You busy? What you got going on?
I'm with you, bud.
Okay. Can you tell me what title that is?
Title 1, General Provisions, Chapter 1, Rules of Construction.
Title 1, Chapter 1. Title 1, Chapter 1. And the first thing is we're going to go into Section 1. Now, I'm going to read this. And when I get done reading this, I'm going to ask you guys what you think. Right? I'm going to allow you to, and mind you, in here, what do we know? What is the highest authority?
Federal
Constitution. The Constitution.
Federal Constitution. Got it. Okay. Now, what does statutory law supposed to do?
Define.
Define, yes.
It's supposed to define the constitutional law and only the powers that it's been given to define, right? And basically, what that means, legislate and write out the law for it. So now, the first thing you see here, it says words denoting number, gender, and so forth. It says in determining the meaning of any act of Congress, unless the context indicates otherwise. Now, what does that mean to you? We're going to go real slow with this. What does that mean to you? Just that phrase alone, what does that phrase mean to you? Anybody can speak on it. In determining the meaning of any act of Congress, unless the context indicates otherwise, what does that mean?
Definitions. Sounds like.
Okay. Anybody
Means
else?
all of this applies unless it specifically indicates otherwise.
Correct. Everything that's about to be stated applies in any act of Congress unless, okay, the context indicates otherwise. So that means that all of this applies until you get to a certain title or something definition that is indicating something else for that specific title, chapter, provision, whatever. Do everybody understand that part?
Yes.
Okay. So if you understand that, it says words importing the singular include and apply to several persons, parties, or things. Words importing the plural include the singular. Words importing the masculine gender includes the feminine as well. Words used in the present tense includes the future as well as the present. The words insane and insane person shall include every idiot, insane person, and person non compos mentis. The words person and whoever include, okay? It says include corporations, companies, associations, firms, partnerships, societies, and joint stock companies, as well as individuals. Officers include any person authorized by law to perform the duties of the office. Signature or subscription includes a mark when the person making the same intended as such. Oath includes affirmation, and sworn includes affirmed. Writing includes printing and typewriting and reproduction of visual symbols by photographing, multigraphing, mimeographing, and manifolding or otherwise. Now, just based upon what you heard and read, and what do any one of y'all, what do y'all take from this so far? Let's start with you, Heather. You started this off. Let's see if you can finish it up. What else does this mean to you?
That words matter and that we can't always assume that what we commonly define as something in just general usage is the same thing that they're using in law. We
Okay.
have to make sure that what they are saying is actually what we think it's saying.
Okay. Anybody else? Anybody else? It's okay, guys. You're not going. It's okay to say what you want. We dialogue, and I need to help you understand. If you already understand, but it definitely does mean that you just can't throw stuff out there. But when it says words importing plural and include the singular, so any words that's saying plural, it also means the singular. If it say persons, it also means one individual. Understood? It's saying importing masculine. So anytime you see that it's talking about a male, it's also talking about the feminine, right? Just so you know, anytime it says person and whoever, it means it includes all of these corporations, companies, associations, firm, partnerships, societies, joint stock companies, as well as individuals. Now, why do you think this was written? What is this written for? What is it preparing you to do?
Understand.
Understand what?
To have accurate interpretations.
Of what?
The law.
Every section
Word.
after the first.
Yeah,
The law.
every law.
Every-
Any act of Congress. That means any legislative act of Congress, this is what applies. Unless the context indicates something else. See, everybody likes to jump to every single Title II, Title 8, Title 26, all of this stuff. And nobody ever brought you to Title 1, USC 1, right? How many of y'all, this y'all first time seeing this?
Man, include me in there.
Anybody else? Just be real.
Yeah, that'd be my
Yep.
first.
Me.
Now we gotta
That's
ask.
my first
Now we gotta
time.
ask ourselves. We just gotta be honest with ourselves because we always like to skip from A to Z, right? I just seen it myself a couple of months ago because I just really stopped here and I was like, hold on, why don't we start at 1? And this is where I started at, and this is how the Lawman series start coming as well. Because I realized this, I said, hold up, this says before you even read any of the act of Congress, you need to first understand this. Because this is going to apply in every last one of them. So now we can't make any presumptions about what is defining what anything means now. So this is what people don't want to see. or admit, but it just literally said what it said, right? Okay. Y'all got that far with me. Now, let's go look at this. Ricardo, what are we reading now? Are we still in Title 1?
Still in Title 1, Chapter 1, but Section 8. Persons, human being, child, and individual, as including born alive infants.
Okay. So let's start this out. In determining the meaning of any act of Congress, again, what does that mean? Just that phrase right there. What does that mean again, Heather?
All acts
Any,
following the
all
first
acts.
one.
Yep.
Say that again,
acts.
Robinson.
All acts. All of them.
So that means in every act of Congress, every legislative of law, or of what? Any ruling. It doesn't matter the ruling. Any regulation or interpretation of the various administrative bureaus and the agencies of the United States, the words person, human being, child, and individual shall include every infant member of the species Homo sapien who was born alive at any stage of development. As used in this section, the term born alive with respect to a member of the species of Homo sapiens, right, means the complete expulsion of extraction from his or her mother of that member at any stage of development who are after such expulsion or extraction breathes or has a beating heart, pulsation of the umbilical cord, or definite movement of voluntary muscles, regardless of whether the umbilical cord has been cut and regardless of whether the expulsion or extraction occurs as a result of natural or induced labor, C-section, or induced abortion. You understand what I'm saying? So now, again, this applies to what again, guys? What's the first phrase? Come on, talk to me.
Person, human being.
Yeah, but who? What does it apply to again? Any act of Congress, correct? What
Yes.
did? So tell
Any
me.
act
So tell me, reading this,
or
what?
ruling.
Yeah, reading this, what did you just learn? One person at a time. Who want to go first? Go ahead.
Comprehension. Slow down. What does the word say? What is it saying? And what is it in reference to?
Right. So what? But what is this saying to you? Just think about it. What is this absolutely saying to you right now? What does this law mean?
That any and all acts, any mention of a person at all in any act would be related to a human being
And what else?
and individual,
And not and a child,
including born alive
person, human being,
and a
child,
child.
and individual. Okay. So if it says a person, it means a human being. If it says a human being, it means a person. If it says a human being, it can also mean a child. If it says an individual, it means all three. Unless what?
Got it.
Unless what? Unless it specifically say something else. Specify something else in context, correct? Right? You got to understand this. So now, it says an infant member of the species. So now somebody said, well, see, I found it. I found the problem. It say infant member. You was an infant, you are and was an infant member of the Homo sapiens. How else did you become a damn adult? You can't skip straight coming out the womb as an adult. So before you even take the route to think that way, that's ignorant. What this is telling you, that if you was born alive at any time out your mother's womb, you are considered a person, a human being, a child, and an individual. Anywhere that this is expressed or said, if it says individual, then in any act of Congress, it's talking about you as a living being. Do anybody got a hard time of seeing this?
No.
Come on, y'all can speak. Please speak to me.
Very clear. Not open for interpretation.
It's not, is it? Because it said
Not at all.
for the interpretation. It gave you what it means for your interpretation. So you ain't got to interpret it. It's already there. So now, I want to see if y'all can really read and comprehend. Let's just look at it this way. The following shall be nationals and citizens of the United States at birth. It says a person. So who is that person, guys?
Any individual, infant, person, or human being.
And why did you use that terminology for this specific term right now in Title 8?
Because it was defined in Title 1 under general provisions.
Which said what? What did it say? Let's jump
That
back.
it applies to all.
Yeah, it said in the determining meaning of any act of Congress. So in this particular act of Congress, which this would be the Naturalization Act itself, and it says person, and the only thing that you can use as a definition of person is in Title 1. And it's telling you, for those of you that want to say that there's no living people here in the United States type thing. Well, here you go. It's right here. An individual. Now, then it explains. So for those of y'all to say a human being is a monster, listen. Y'all keep using outdated information. Reconstruction has taken place. A lot of definitions that you used in the past, you just can't use no more. Somebody said, well, the 14th Amendment is a slave. Well, that violates the 13th Amendment. 14th Amendment citizen is a slave. Does that not violate the 13th Amendment? Come on. Yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. If y'all want to talk now, I can get off here. I'm chopping it up with y'all. I'm trying to make sure y'all got to understand it. You got to really look at what the law is saying. So now, when you read this and you see this, you know that person also means the Homo sapiens. Human being means Homo sapiens. An individual means a Homo sapien. If you were born alive at any time, this same definition applies here. A person born in the United States and subject to the jurisdiction thereof. A person born in the United States, all right, and it says you are nationals and citizens. Well, who is a citizen? It says a national is means a person owing permanent allegiance to a state itself, and that state is any and all states included. I mean, if you're born anywhere on the land, you are considered a national citizen of the United States at birth. No way around it. At birth. This does not identify a corporation. Why does it even mention birth? Because if you were born alive at any point of time, doesn't matter when, just long as you was born, long as you came out your mother womb, etc., like it explained here, and then you are that exact person that it's talking about here. Are y'all having a hard time of referencing, or do everybody in here understand what's being said?
Yes, I get it.
Yeah,
I
we get it. We catching
understand.
on.
Understood.
And this is the reason why it's very important to read the definition so you can understand the author of what's written. If they consider Title I the Dictionary Act, now think about that. They actually call this the Dictionary Act. Don't you think it would be good to read this first? Before we read any other statute, we need to understand this because this is preparing you to read everything in the statute. So now, when you go and read the 14th Amendment, and it says persons, who you think it's talking about? I'm gonna
The
wait.
individual, the infant, etc.
And why do you think that it's talking about that? You're correct, but I just want to know why. What made you? What brings you to that?
Title
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Title One.
And the reason why you can use Title One because what's the purpose of statute? What it's supposed to do?
Define
That
the
was
law.
made for
Define
general.
the Constitution.
Exactly. It's there to define the actual Constitution. So when they speak of persons born, it's talking about being born alive, right? No matter who you are and where you are, now you have a national citizenship. You still got a state citizenship. You got to do it, but you got a national and a actual citizenship with the state. See, now it's very important to read in context. So now you know for a fact, no matter where you read persons at, then it all applies the same, unless they specify something different in context, as we seen here. That's why it says the words person and whoever includes what? An individual as well, as you see. When you go look at individual, it stands for human being. If it said it includes person and whoever, include, y'all just can't say, oh, it just means corporations. It don't even say that shit right here. Do it. Do anybody else see something different that I don't? You know what I'm saying? It says includes. It automatically includes the individuals. And if you want to know who the people are, the living being, etc., then you got to come to here. Title 1, Chapter 1, Section 8. Now we got to understand it of that. We know it's what? We can move forward for the rest of this time. And that's all we got to do. Now we should know how to reference and read the law from this point forward. No questions asked. Right? So it's just real simple from that point forward. How we going to read the law? Now you have somebody talking about, oh, that's person, that's corporation. But we just read what the law says. So now you're not speaking facts because it says if you're going to, even if you're going, and I'm just saying this, if you're going to attempt to read statutes, even if you feel like you don't agree with it, you still got to read it. You got to read according to the context and comprehend to what it's saying. You just can't make up shit just because you can read a word. Like, that's not how this goes. It told you in Title 1, before you get to any other acts of Congress, that this is what a person is going to mean from this point forward. See, this is why the Lawman series is so important. Because everything I'm doing is to show you how to really read the law, how to study the law, how to take the law and apply it. What actually matters within it? Is there any form of statutory laws in the state that goes against the federal law or the Constitution, et cetera? Like, yeah, we got to make sure we do all of that, but we got to start with authority when it comes to that. You can't go and read something from the Black's Law that does not, like, if you got a Black's Law dictionary that is before the Reconstruction era, it's no use of it. You might as well go get you another one because the words in there is not going to mean the same exact thing of what they are, or they're not even applied. free white person, state nationals. None of that shit exists. Nobody can find a definition of what that means. But I can show you where they say, now I can show you where a living being is classified as a national and citizen of the United States at birth. I can show you that. I can show you that it means the living people. I mean, a corporation don't got an umbilical cord, do it. It ain't got a heartbeat, do it. I mean, it clearly explain who it's talking about when it talks about person and individuals, etc. And it's going to say including corporations, etc. Everyone from this point forward have to stop with the false narrative of what is being said here in law. Do everybody understand that?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
It ain't even something even if I wanted to, I can't rebut what I'm reading. I comprehend very well. And I'm sure you guys do too, right?
Yep.
What you think, Great Ike? Talk to me.
Man, it says what it says, and it is what it is. Ain't no other way to twist it. So,
Hey, bro, the way you just said it was how I felt when I first read it. Oh, shit. I was like, well,
I can't flip it any other way.
I can't argue with this. I can't say anything.
You know what I mean?
You know what I mean? Like,
I can't flip it backwards.
no, I can't. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand that I felt the same way they did when, like, just by me posting stuff about it. The same way it pissed you off, it pissed me off. But I'm also not naive. I'm also willing to correct myself and manage to make sure I push forward from this point on. But I told you guys, that's why I stopped mentioning things about state national, American national, etc. I don't even say nothing. I just use the law itself and hold them accountable. Because if it says a person got to do something, then that's still you. I don't got to explain anything like that. You got me in this court because you think you got a jurisdiction over me as being a national and citizen. So why do I got to explain that? I don't. Only thing I need to do is just hold you accountable to what the law say. And that's what I do. And that's how I win. I don't even, have I been mentioning any of this stuff to y'all? Like, be this, be that. I don't. We just been reading the law, making sure you understand it, how to apply motions, how to handle your court cases, understanding charges that's being made against you, how to read those charges and make sure that what they're trying to charge you with actually applies to your situation. Because if not, they're going to lose subject matter jurisdiction, right? This is what we've been working on. This is what we've been winning with. We ain't got to say all this other stuff. We can't. I mean, you can write it in there, but guess what? You can write all this stuff in there, and the only thing they're going to pay attention to is you said motion to dismiss for something that you proven that they needed to dismiss for, and they will do it. They'll just ignore the rest of the shit you said. That's just a fact. But my thing is, I don't argue with this. There's no reason to. It's no reason to even try to. It's a real understanding. It don't mean you lose a right. You ain't got to go fight nobody for a right. You ain't got to go sign up for no damn right. It's already there. You just got to know how to read the actual law and apply it. That's it. Everybody making declarations, you can make all the declarations you want and still be wrong. Now, starting at Title 1, boy, I tell you, changes everything, huh? And you got to think about it. They just general provisions. General provisions mean basically saying that this is the general provisions over statutory law, bro. This is what's going to be coming up from here point on. Rules of constructions is where we at. Check sections 1 through 8. So when they come up, even this, look what they say about vehicles. Boy, even when I read this, The word vehicle includes every description of carriage or other artificial contrivance used or capable of being used as means of transportation on land. Now, what that mean to you?
Damn. Wait a minute.
That's what I'm
You
saying.
threw me off.
Huh?
Yeah, because I thought like, man, I know I use like, private. I use private automobile and stuff like that. So yeah, it said what it say. Hey,
You understand what I'm saying?
I definitely understand. It say carriage or other artificial. Mm. So all we gotta read.
All you gotta do is read. That's all we gotta do is read. All we gotta do is read, man. But I'm still tripping off that nobody ever says Title One, USC 1. We jump to every title but the first freaking one. Before we start anything, we jump to every chapter except for the first chapter of the first Title One. So we ain't even really grasped the whole comprehension of what's being said to us without specifically reading this first.
So of course, dang. So I'll be on my claims like I ain't got no motor vehicle. This a private automobile. Whole time passing Title One.
But it's the point of what you need to be saying when it comes to it's not about whether it's the automobile, et cetera, any of that. It's all about due process.
Mhm.
And that's what it's always going to be about. You can create any statute as long as it don't violate the Constitution. The minute you do that, it's over with. All these statutes are to define it. That's why I say so. They just preparing you before you read. They letting you know and determining the meaning of any act of Congress, unless the context indicates otherwise. So anytime there's importing singular, include and apply to several persons, parties, or things. Words importing the plural include the singular. Words importing masculine gender includes feminine. Right? So words used in the present tense for the future as well as the present. Then you got words of insane. Words insane and insane person shall include every idiot, insane person, and person, non-compass mentis, right? So the words person and whatever, or whoever, excuse me, the word person and whoever include the word include. It includes corporation. It includes companies. It includes association. It includes firms. It includes partnerships, societies, and joint stock companies as well as individuals. So that's preparing you for how you need to read the rest of the whole entire legislative acts from Title One all the way down to the last title that they have. Right? And it's just like I say, just reading what person means, what they telling you. So this just means that, guys, it said individual. So what's an individual when you come here? It's the Homo sapien that they're speaking on. They prepared you to read this from this point forward in this manner. Anything outside of that, we have been wrong. Now, I'm not taking away that we win cases, we do all of that stuff. A lot of that has to apply with because we still done the procedure right. It still don't mean we was right in saying anything when it comes to citizenship, da 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 da, and all of that other crap. But you were right in your procedure. Does that make sense for you guys, for you to understand that?
Yep.
So I mean, I just mean like meaning reading from this point forward, it's just it's what it is. Like anytime we run up on whatever definition that we want to try to use, we just gotta remember what those means. So now let's just go to aliens, the nationality. Let's go into general provisions here. Okay, my bad. They was repealed or omitted, but it was repealed. So all of these are repealed into chapter 12. Just so y'all know that. And this is because of Reconstruction. Just so y'all know that. All right. Now, if we go into general provisions here, all right, let's go look at the definitions here. Now, remember, every definition from Title I still applies unless here it states something that indicates something in context different. Okay? So anytime you see person, it's talking about a Homo sapien. So let me go down to what I'm finna show you. I don't want to. It's not gonna show it to me correct here. Let me do it over here. It's easier to maneuver. All right, there we go. No, need to go back to Title 8. Go into Chapter 12. General provisions. Definitions. Now click on person. It's supposed to give you a definition. Now it says the term person means an individual or an organization. So who is the individual, guys? To everybody, that individual is a corporation. No, the freak it's not. That's what the organization is, a corporation. But this right here says individual. So where does this still describes individual, guys? How can we define this here in Title 8? Go ahead.
From Title I. No?
Yeah, correct. Is it define anything else different?
No.
It didn't say in this context or in this whatever term that for this particular term this means whatever. So when you go look at individual, and we go all the way back to what it said an individual was, because it says in determining the meaning of any act of Congress, that comes from the Naturalization Act. So that literally means that individual in the Naturalization Act literally is talking about a living person, a human being, an individual, as you can see, are all species of Homo sapiens who was born alive at any stage of development. You was born alive on this land. If you wasn't, then who the freak are we talking about? Yes, that still applies to you. So if we no longer adults, does that still? Yes, it does. Because how else did you get here? How did you become adult? You had to be a child or infant. Was you born? Did you come out of your mother's womb? It fully explains this. It said, with respect to a member of Homo sapiens, born alive, with respect to a member of the species of Homo sapiens, means the complete expulsion or extraction from his or her mother of that member. Is that you? Did you come out your mother's womb at any stage of development? So was you fully developed? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But it also says that you had the extractions of breaths, right? Or has a beating heart. Do you got a beating heart? Did you have one? Was you connected to a umbilical cord? Right? Or definite movement of voluntary muscles. Did you have that? I mean, you explain it to me. Regardless of whether the umbilical cord has been cut, y'all will try to find a way for this not to apply to you. And it's crazy. How is this not you? It doesn't matter if you're an adult now. At one point of time, this was you. You were born on this land, born alive, etc. No, you're not an infant. So how else the freak did you get here? That's the point. You had to be an infant at some point of time. Now, you can act like it don't apply to you. It doesn't matter. That's the thing about the law. It doesn't matter. Like for all y'all that keep saying all you got to do is do the GSA bonds and the 1099s and you can get off a murder case or something. Yeah, go try it. Go try it. I mean, you might as well go ahead and put your theory to test instead of telling people that shit. Somebody laughing. What you say, Mel?
I said, hell no, we ain't doing that.
No, they bad. They what they saying is right.
Right.
They saying they can go out here and commit a damn crime and do some GSA bonds and they gonna get out. Go do it with your bad self. Y'all go act like this law don't apply to you. Just go right ahead. And we're gonna sit there and watch you. Go do it.
Ooh. One of them problems.
They want them problems, but they ain't gonna go test a theory. They ain't gonna go put their theory to the test. No, go put that theory to the test. Since all crimes are literally commercial and all you got to do is do certain bonds and the IRS tax thing, and then you're going to get away with a robbery trial and all that, go try it. Yeah, y'all so bad. Y'all like to act like these laws don't apply and all this stuff don't work for you. Well, go out there and do what you've been wanting to do. You ain't got no way, no way. If you ain't going to get in trouble for robbing a bank, then we're going to watch you. Go try it. This is for educational purpose only. This is not me telling you to go commit a crime. Talk to me. Y'all can talk. Tell these folks go try it, man. For real. I really feel like that. Because like now I'm tired of y'all just saying shit. Like, okay, well, put your theory to the test right now. Whatever it is that you is. I want to see. Do y'all?
Hell yeah.
Show us. We want to know. Show us what a state national can do. Yeah, show me. Yeah, I want to see. I'm telling you, I'll be proud to be an American. Show me what a state national can do. Hey, all jokes aside, man, this ain't, I'm reading what I'm reading very well. And then I know people will go to exactly what you just said. I'm not an infant. So you ain't never been born. You didn't come out your mother's womb. You don't got a heartbeat. You wasn't born alive. So if you ain't born alive, then that means we dealing with a stillborn, you a corpse, and we need to see if you an alien or something. That's what that means. I was born alive from my mother's womb in the state of Alabama within the United States continental land, which makes me a national and a citizen of the United States of America. And then y'all turn around and say, and this is what I want y'all to understand. Y'all saying the very law that gave black people a national citizenship. See, y'all don't understand. When they freed the slaves, they left them what? Let's see who can answer this question. When they freed the slaves, what did they leave them?
As vagrants.
I'll give you a hint. They said in the Dred Scott case that the black man has no law for the white man to respect. So what does that mean?
Lawless.
Use another word. That's correct, but use another word.
Ungoverned.
Come on, you close. Use another word. Stateless. It means you stateless. So when the 13th Amendment came in, you became stateless. There was no constitutional law protecting your rights. You didn't have a state. You didn't have a government that you applied to. So this is the reason why they started creating these Jim Crow laws, etc. Right? So now you get the national government comes in and say, you know what? We're going to define citizenship. Now, y'all will turn around and will truthfully admit and say, yeah, the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land because Article 6 says so. If that's the case, then you should understand that the 14th Amendment says what it says. You are a national and citizen of the United States. That is the supreme law of the land. That's who the freak you are. And that's what the states had to comply to. So now you are considered a citizen. You know why? Because black people right now can go and vote, whether you want to call them black, Moor, Hebrew, Israelites, whatever, however they identify with themselves, that's their problem. But however, the dark, swarthy-haired people here in America can go and vote. That's a political right. You can go and be a candidate in it as well. That's a political right. That's somebody who is considered in the constitutional fold. If that wasn't so, they would not have that right. That was the whole freaking point of the Civil War in the first place. If they gonna fight in it, I damn sure better get a right in it. And if that's the case, we can go back to doing what we was doing. Back to war. Y'all keep thinking that y'all ancestors fought and died to vote. They fought and died for political rights to have a standing. And being able to stand and govern. To become a judge, to become a governor, to become a mayor, to become all of these other different things that you guys are not into today. Which is why we only got one black governor around, which is Wes Moore. Or maybe two. But I do know it ain't more than two. And that's a damn shame. Let's look at how many local government, black people in local governments. It ain't that many. It's a very few. Go look at Congress. Boy, you like a little speck in there. Nobody can see you in them. So your agenda for your people will never work. You will never see reparations because you don't got your townships up. You don't got everything that you're supposed to have up. You're not operating like a real community. What reparations do they even owe you if you can't even put yourself together as such? Govern yourselves. That means start local townships. Start to govern yourselves. If you can't do that, then you're just blowing smoke. And I'm going to keep saying that to y'all. You ain't got to like it. It proves it every day you walk outside. That's why you sitting up here complaining about what these people are not doing for you, that shit you ain't even doing for yourself. Come on, be honest. I was talking about Trump, man, and that's another thing. Trump said what he said. I'm talking about he said what he said. I don't care about whatever his other intentions may be. I'm talking about all we can go is words and what words shape the reality. So based off him being asked the question, what is he willing to make a rush to make a deal because of the finances of the people here? Would he rush to make a deal with Iran? The man said no. He said the only thing the priority first is that they don't have a nuclear bomb. Basically, whatever cost that we got to sell, I'm not selling us out. That's it. Y'all flipped it around and said, oh, he don't care about none of our finances and stuff. I mean, I'm just really thinking with common sense. Now, I'm not saying whether what he's saying is true or false, but I know the words that came out of his mouth, that if somebody is trying to take me out, I ain't worried about making no dollar. I'm not worried about that. We finna handle this person that's coming at us that trying to take us out. We can deal with $5. I'll deal with paying $5 in gas or $6, wherever y'all at. I'll pay it all day long as long as they keep them folks with that nuclear bomb until we get to that day. This ain't gonna hurt nothing. Sometimes you gotta suffer a little bit because, well, you ain't want to pay the price. If you don't want to pay the price of being sold out, that's it. You want to be sold out? Be sold out. The whole entire point is you've been sold out all this whole entire time. Now somebody don't want to sell your ass. You mad. Boy, America. Hey, that's how you know. If you've been done wrong so long, you don't even know what right look like. You ain't never had nobody say, man, I ain't selling us out. And
I'm laughing, but it ain't even funny, yo.
I mean, for real. Then people got mad about somebody asked me what I think about the 14th Amendment. What could they change about it? I said, I understand what Trump's saying. Two illegals should not be able to have a child here and be considered a national of the United States. Now, a lot of people gonna be like, well, no, that's wrong. Actually, it fixed the problem that y'all have a problem with. You want me to help y'all understand that? The real problem is y'all when you see this happens, if you got a mother and a father who are considered to be illegal immigrants here, right? If that's the case and they have a child, y'all mad because they separating the parents from the child. Is that not why y'all pissed off, right? Think about it. Is that the reason you're pissed off? Because that's happening. You're watching it happen. According to law, that has to happen. If you change the law and fix that, that child can go back with his parents wherever. There is no separation. So remove the emotions out of it and understand that which what you won't fix can be fixed, but you got to remove your emotion. It's not going to change anything when it comes to black people. They're not going to change the national citizenship or anything of that nature because that would literally violate all other due process of rights. They're not going to do that. What they're trying to say is if there happens to be two illegals here and they have a child, and if you don't want the separation of this child along with this family, etc., then we gotta fix this law. Because otherwise we're tearing families apart. But y'all too mad. Y'all think it's got to involve you. Oh, they're changing the 14th Amendment. They're trying to take us back to before 1860. It's like, nah, bro, you don't get it. You don't get what they trying to do. You don't see what they trying to do. And it ain't even them. It's what God's saying. Watch God fix it to where it's going to be smooth and in equity. Y'all, you got to go through a little growing pains and a little rough time a little bit, but it's all right. You're going to see it. Just watch. Tough times happen. You can't be afraid of a tough time. That's why y'all ass is weak now, crying as soon as the damn gas go up. We need to fast. Shit, we 90%, what they say, how much of America is obese? It's a high percentage. It's over 70. That's high. We need to fast. We need to do a lot of stuff. This is so real though, guys. I just feel like, and when you start to read law, then you will have an understanding. You will stop trying to fight things in the way that you try to fight them. That's what you got to understand. You will literally stop trying to fight them in the way that you do. And that's all it's going to take. Like, once you start knowing the law, you're going to see what needs to happen. You're going to see why it's happening. But as long as y'all if y'all don't want to deal with the 14th Amendment to fix the situation of these children being separated from their families, then, leave it like it is. And then stop complaining. Is that hard for y'all? Is that hard for anybody here to understand?
Nope.
Now, all the other stuff that they doing wrong in the midst of it, they supposed to have the right of due process of law, et cetera, and all of that type of stuff, which is supposed to be there. But again, we know America is a place that where you have to raise the issue yourself, or have a lawyer in representation that's going to raise the issue for you. And they might not do it if they agree with Trump type thing. Or not even necessarily agreeing with Trump, just what the law actually says. So now when you start fixing this problem and you go into changing it and you see now, oh, well, this family gets to stay together. It's not a separation. And then another thing, it don't even say you can't come back. Do it. It just said come back correct. And then you got to understand, the law ain't always going to be absolutely correct every time. That's the reason why we have amendments. That's the reason why we make changes, etc. It's exactly the reason. But what I am sick and tired of is people who don't look like me that keep trying to push out that the 13th and the 14th Amendment ain't supposed to be into the Constitution. So, what you trying to say? Got some issue you need to get off your chest? I don't think you want to try it though, but I mean, you got an issue you want to get off your chest. In fact, I know you don't want to try it. Especially since y'all say we the most violent people, which is absolutely freaking false. But if that's the case, try it. I don't think you really want to go back to that time. But a lot of people still try to stay in that time. So if you consider yourself to be a free white person, that means that it's some black person that's still supposed to be considered a slave, according to your terminology. If you're going to try to use that terminology during the Naturalization Act of 1790, when slavery and, racial codes and all this stuff was still going on. Is that where y'all want to live at?
Hell no.
I mean, but that's what people do. They using terminology from that particular time. And they trying to apply it to now. So just remember when you go back, then you got to understand that, that means you're really trying to say you want to set back time to where there's a such thing as a free white person. To consider anything as a free race, a race that's free. And then we know person also goes back to individual, child, human being, etc. So we know all of that, but that just to say that. So that means somebody has to be the slave. Well, who's the damn slave? Since you identified something as being white. Now we know white could be other different things too, but for this particular person, no, they meant the white race. They literally meant by color. So if you want that, then say that. Just make sure everybody else, y'all out there paying attention. That's all I can say. They can act like they don't mean what they say. They can act like, oh, I'm not a racist or this. Well, everything about what you doing and the way you moving says you are. And it's always easy to sit behind a keyboard. And most people, I just ask one question. Did you play football? You play any contact sports? They say no, you soft. I'm just being honest. Your ass soft. Yeah. You wrestled something. Even if you say, nah, I play sports at the crib, we wrestled. Yeah, so you better say something. But nah, I'm just being straight up with you guys, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is something we really have to do is look at the law, read the law, understand the law, and drop all the confusions. I promise y'all, I will stand alone on this by myself. I'm not afraid to. I've never been afraid to be the person to stand alone. And I know y'all ain't either. That's what you're dealing with when it comes to your families and others as well, too. So when you read the law and you find yourself in a place of correction, or you finding in yourself in a place of being lawful and right and righteous and true in what you're doing, then hey, man, stand on that. I don't care who don't like it. A lot of people do not want to see you grow. They don't want to see you change. They don't want to see you do this. But, I've said a long time ago, if you ever been rocking with me since the LIP days, I've been telling you, it's going to be some days that you wake up, I'm going to do something that you ain't going to like. You ain't even going to understand it. So don't look at me like I'm a person to praise or run up behind, because one day you're going to wake up and you're going to be like, man, I don't like what he's saying. Nah, he tripping. You damn right, because it wasn't for you no way. It's for me. It ain't about you. And it's crazy because so many people, they've been in my comments trying to convince me. What you trying to convince me of? You sitting on here, and it's like anybody just saying or asking anything or saying anything, they're not using any form of law. They just saying, like one dude said, what does the definition means in the before whatever it's called, in the Black's Law and before, what does human being mean? Then all I did was took this right here and I posted it up under here and I said, this is what human being means. That's not what it means. Hey man, y'all excuse me for hey. What's wrong? Hey man, what's wrong with people? Man, I don't think I understand how much I be laughing like this a child in the comments. Like y'all think I be mad or something. I do not. I be laughing because it's like I'm wondering what is wrong with you. I can read this. I told you I was pissed too, but I can read. I can comprehend what's being said to me, and I'm like, holy shit! Everybody needs to stop. And we should be able to adapt to the information that's being given and just move along. Ain't that right?
Word.
Is this hurting you
Right.
or me? It ain't hurt me. It ain't hurt you. It ain't hurt nobody. So let's just move along. I had to tell someone the other day, literally. And I said, if I prove to you that I win my cases, and you prove to me that you win your cases, and the main objective that we all want is to what, y'all?
Win cases.
Win case.
Win cases. So if that's the case, what the fuck we arguing about? If your process and what you doing works for you and we win the case, then you win the case. But if I'm doing what I'm doing and I'm showing them what I'm doing, we winning the case, then we winning the freaking case. All this other extra shit that we've been saying, I'm just telling y'all, it's out freaking dated. I got a Black's Law Dictionary right now, and if this Black Law Dictionary does not align with everything that is now here today, those definitions become obsolete. Especially, I'm not saying every single definition in those are, but if they don't align with what has taken place since the Reconstruction era, et cetera, that shit obsolete. Y'all can say it all day you want to, but it means nothing. That's the reason why these judges getting these cameras and making all this damn money for these municipals and shit now, and they recording everything we doing, and they laughing at us. Got us another sovereign citizen in here. He thinks the state national has some type of power. That's how
That's
they be.
exactly how the videos be.
That's how it
Yeah,
go,
bro.
for real. He thinks he's outside of the law. And then it's so funny, it's like I'll watch people go in there and they'll go in there and say, I'm the agent for the principal and such and such. No, I'm not stepping in the bench. And it's like, you don't got no power because this due process happened. It's like, dude, get to the point. Just say violations of due process is you challenging subject matter. All this other extra shit you saying don't mean nothing. Then you got to understand, y'all talk about rights. You have a right to be heard. You go in there and you say that you're not the name and all of this, and then they're going to say, oh, you're not here? Okay, put a warrant out for his arrest. Because why you think they putting a warrant out for your arrest? Number one, they got to protect your right. The right to what? Be heard. Bring his ass to court so he can be heard, so we can get this procedure on. That's it. Now, when it's your right to be heard, that means you have now the chance to raise any preliminary motions that you want to. You want to challenge jurisdiction? Which jurisdiction? You got 3 of them. Territory, personal, and subject matter. This is what you got to understand. Which one you want to challenge? That's all you got to start looking at. I'm telling y'all from experience. I done all the shit y'all saying. When I stopped saying that shit, when I started using strictly just the law and what applies and commands them, because I understand that law is either going to command them or prohibit these people from doing something. Understood? That's what I know. Ever since then, and I'm not saying I ain't won some cases here and there doing certain stuff. That's cool, but I'm talking about not having no pushback, smooth selling, going straight through court, applying what needs to be applied, understanding the procedure and the statute of limitations of things. I've been using it ever since. Been winning every single time. Every time. Ain't no, oh, this a sovereign citizen talk. I don't get that written from prosecutors or attorneys and stuff like that anymore. They don't write that type of shit when we put it in the stuff no more. They can't say nothing. They can't do nothing but comply and dismiss the damn case. or ask for a damn continuance to act like they got something just to pop back up and then try to give you a phone call. Can we settle this matter? Non-disclosure. Can you agree? Or we both agree that we're going to dismiss this case. And yeah, that's what's happening for me now. But all the other extra stuff, man, the folks coming there talking about shit, contempt, send his ass to jail. Quick. They'll be playing. They'll be playing it all. And it's like, what? Nah. Man, I went in there, I stood on my rights, and they do what I do. It's like, nah, bro. And I'm not saying that they not gonna do stuff wrong. They will. I'm telling you they will. You can go in there and be right about everything that you filed. And then you will have a judge and say, yeah, that don't matter. I don't care about you filed your motions. We don't got to have no evidence, da-da-da-da. I'm ruling on behalf of the state, the city, whatever. And then they charge you, and it's your duty to go straight to the appellate court. Psh, we ain't not finna play with you. We ain't even finna let you act like we dummies in here. Then when we get to that appellate court, and that appellate court start reading everything, it's like, hold up, these folks exercise their right. You haven't shown no evidence. We're going to send this back down, and we're going to tell you, hey, you need to rule on this matter correctly according to the rules and procedure of the court. They don't got the evidence. Case need to be dismissed. There's no subject matter jurisdiction here. Be gone. Straight up. So what y'all feeling right now? Tell me how y'all feeling. Decide to release the
I'm
pressure.
feeling like a lot of people do a lot of
Excitement.
parroting old regurgitated information, and they aren't up to date with understanding simple rules, procedures, statutes. They're not understanding how to form their claims. They're not understanding how to support their claims with elements and evidence. I'm seeing a lot of people needing to just simply stop the noise in the background and take time to really look at what it is, like you were saying. What you're looking at is law, and people say, well, statutes aren't law, or things like that. You got to learn how to quiet the noise and just see it for yourself.
Absolutely. Kind of reminds me of going on our religious journey. It's the same
I
thing.
agree. For me, it's an awareness.
Right.
It's just I have a new awareness of the law, and it's almost like I'm looking through a different lens.
Well, see, and this is where I have to. Now I'm glad you said you put it like that. So now let's jump onto the spiritual side of this. All right. Here go the religious side part. Now, when you look at the situation, we are all consciousness. You are aware of yourself as an individual conscious, correct? Make sure we all on the same page.
Yes,
Okay.
I'm aware of my consciousness.
So now, you also aware of yourself in relationships to others, such as a friend, mom, dad, family, etc. That is called what? Collective conscious. Got it?
Yes.
So, collective conscious just keeps on getting bigger with us. You have a collective conscious tied to, I guess you would consider your family. Then you step out into your community. You even have ties to your heritage, race, etc. on a collective conscious level. But the main collective conscious level that involves each and every last one of us is what?
God's law.
It's the law. The law of the land. The law of the land literally says that we all have a collective conscious here. So if you are aware of yourself on that degree, then that means you should be aware of what? The law. In the sense as a collective conscious of how it deals with each and every last one of us. So that means you got to be on collective conscious when it comes to the federal law and the state law. Absolutely. Very important. that you are aware of yourself on those. At any level that you are not aware of yourself in that particular conscious level, I would say, conscious and awareness. And the way consciousness evolves is that it keeps becoming aware of itself. Okay? That's exactly how consciousness evolves. So now, just like you said, you feel like you're consciously evolving because you are becoming aware of yourself on a higher level than your individual consciousness, right?
Correct. And you used to always ask a question, who are you? Who are you politically? Who are you? And so it's coming full circle.
And you got to know
Right.
that. We have to know that because you exist there. You exist on that conscious level. So who are you when it comes to that? You know, and anything other thing that you join, who are you when it comes to your circle, your basketball team, your football team, or whatever? You know what I'm saying? You always are operating from a collective consciousness from the minute you decide to bring in somebody else. And we have to be aware of ourselves on those levels. If we not, then we will definitely suffer. So if we're not aware of ourselves on the conscious level when it comes to the law, it's over with. We're going to be running around in circles like we've been running around in circles. I don't like to continue to be in the blind, man. I hate it. And I will study and I will study and I will study and I will study. And then I'm going to be honest with you. Everybody like, why are you saying all this now? Because it was sent to me that this individual was saying shit about free white persons and black people and all of this type of stuff. And they asked me like, why don't I need you to, will you please speak on this? And first I said, you know what? I said, man, I'm not going to get that shit to time. Like, because I know where my mind have to go to be ready to do this. Because y'all get to be heavy sometimes, especially when you're an introvert. So, and I know once I state something on this matter, because I already understand it, I know everybody else is not going to be ready to what I have to say because I'm going to shatter your reality. I know I'm going to shatter your reality. Henceforth, why I got all these crazy ass comments into my on my page. But anyway, so I don't know. One day I just thought about it. I said, you know what? I've had 4 people send me something about this, and it's like I've even read it and saw it myself. I seen it, and I was like, I said, you know what? Just like we all do, I got time today. I got time today. So I sat down and I attacked the very thing that they claim and want to say. I said, there's no such thing as state nationals, et cetera. None of that shit exists. And here's the law to prove it. Man, they went crazy. I've been called a stupid motherfucker. It's so crazy, though. And it's like, I'm stupid, but you followed me because of something I posted that I told you I got or I've done. But remember, you followed me. I'm a stupid motherfucker now. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's wild to me. But anyway, so I've been called all kind of crazy names, this and that. And I'm a clown. I'm a scum of the earth. I'm the reason why my people behind. And I said, damn, this how y'all been feeling about me all this damn time, right?
Sounds all emotional to me.
I said, this is crazy. I said, I'm just showing y'all the law. And here's the thing of what I said. I just said that it don't exist in law. I can't find it. Show it to, because every law I'm reading, it don't say what the fuck y'all saying. None whatsoever. I'm reading the shit out of it. I can comprehend very well. Very, very well. So it's like, What do y'all want me to do? Only thing I said, I cannot find it in federal law. Y'all trying to convince me that it's somewhere in there, and it's like, you can't convince me. You can't convince me. You just, like somebody tried to convince me, you can't have a living person be described as a person and the corporation be described as a person in the same definition. I said, look, motherfucker, it says it. How you gonna say? Hey, y'all, my bad. I'm tripping. I'm tripping right now. But I just trying to figure out how you gonna say it when I'm showing it to you.
He was fighting. Y'all was saying the same thing, but he was just fighting it.
No, they wasn't saying the same thing. They are literally trying to paint this narrative that when it comes to the term person, that a living human cannot be in the same sentence structure as describing a legal entity person. And that's not the truth. It's being literally shown where it's being shown in that exact context, and they are taking it out of context. People's problem with words are that they take things out of context. They like to mix around their ideologies and things from Black's Law Dictionary and this law dictionary and this philosophy over here and common law over here in England and put it into the context, and it's not in the context.
That's a
That's
fact.
confusion.
And what does God said, my word does not cause confusion. God does not in any manner of confusion because God is truth. So all we can rely on is the facts. Like, I know where y'all coming from. I get what y'all trying to say, but those terms, etc., don't exist. This is the reason why I can pull up in the Nationality Act. Let's just do it. We're going to pull it up. When we go and look in the Nationality Act, that's Title E. We'll just go in this one. It's easy. Anybody talking about any free man, free white person, then that means that it ought to be defined in law. That's what statutory law does. It defines the Constitution in which it was given the authority to define. Simple. That's what it do. You can't make it not do it because that's what this purpose of what it's for. But when you click on freed men here, it don't say repealed. If it said repealed, that means that it would be moved to somewhere else. But it says omitted. Can anybody tell me what omitted means? I'm the stupid motherfucker. Anybody want to help me? What does omitted means?
Omitted means left out, excluded, or not included, whether intentionally or accident.
Well, it seems like they definitely intentionally meant to omit it since they say it's omitted. So since that's omitted, and again, people, like I ask people all the time, what's the purpose of having anything written about any free person, free man, when everybody free? That's pointless. That's a waste of ink. That's a waste of black and white. Somebody said, no, it's American national. I want you to go show me the definition, Antonio Bay. I want you to go pull it up under federal law where it's defined. Hell, it ain't even in the Constitution either. At all. What's in the Constitution? And remember, we said that the U.S. Constitution is the supreme law of the land. So since it is so, that means nationals and citizens can only come from the 14th Amendment. And you just a citizen in the state you reside in. That literally means, and like I said, if you feel like, and I'm going to ask y'all this, why is it, and since this is for black people or whatever, then why is it these people got political rights? Why they can go vote? Why they can go sit into places of government? If this means they ass is a slave and they chattel property and all this shit that y'all tried to claim and put on us in a way. See, you got to understand the Constitution has always been in the work for and by black people. You don't think it has? Go look at the history. The very Constitution that you used to enslave them, et cetera, and all of this type of stuff is the same Constitution that had to free them. So don't tell me it didn't work for them and by them. You can challenge the theory. All you got to do is know history and law go hand in hand. Go read it. That was the whole point of y'all of the states creating the damn codes that they created. Then the federal government come through. And then if you really want to look from the etymology perspective that y'all like to do, then federal means God and man. There's a covenant between God and man. That's why I said. So now when you look at the federal law, which is the supreme authority itself, and the 14th Amendment comes to existence, somebody gonna say the states is not subject to the federal Constitution. Yes, the fuck it is. That's the whole point of them having to free the slaves in the states. If they wasn't subject to it, why they free the slaves then? If they ain't subject to it, why are they bound to due process of law because of the 14th Amendment now? 14th Amendment is the reason why you can even go to the federal court because of the wrongdoing of the state. Any person can go. It ain't just a free white person who can do this. And then you have somebody ignorant and say, well, I don't have to use 42 USC 1983 to go to the federal court to sue. Yes, the fuck you do. Because when you get in there, you're saying a civil right. What is a civil right? It's a right that you have. You always gonna have civil rights. Everybody got civil rights. If you don't think you got no civil rights, then I mean, shit. Can you go vote? That's a civil right. Can you go sit as a candidate as to run for a public servant position? That's civil rights. That's a civil right within itself, a political civil right. And then all I can say is, yeah, if you're watching this on Facebook or whatever, you've been commenting, go look at my story. I showed over maybe about 12 to 15 different testimonies today, since y'all, don't think we know what we talking about. They'll say that, yeah, you're right. They'll try to say that they can use Title 18, 241, and 242. They can't use them. The state got to bring a charge. The federal government will have to bring a charge according to 241, 242. We can't do it. We can only bring a civil claim. You can't bring a criminal charge. Now, how many people want to think they can do different? And then I want you to show it to me in law. We can only bring civil charges. Any criminal charges that's coming from the federal government according to 241 and 18 USC 241 and 242 has to come from the Attorney General of the United States charging somebody ass for doing something wrong. And it usually gets proven through civil cases. So once somebody get through suing your ass and they find out you was all the way out of line through that civil case, now you finna start facing some other charges. But what do I know, man? We don't know. We blowing smoke. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. But y'all gonna have people say otherwise. That's why I say when it says persons right here, persons has to be defined. Who are they talking about when they say persons? Then when you go read persons, who the persons are throughout any act that they're going to be speaking of. It's the Homo sapiens. Yeah, they can bring Rico. But it has to turn into a civil case. Will have to turn into a criminal case when in those type of situations, for sure. But, I don't, like I say, I ain't trying to convince nobody. Y'all can keep doing what y'all doing, I promise you. But if you want to be right, you don't want to go around in circles and all of this type of stuff, you feel like you stuck, then go start at Title I, USC subsection 1. But if you start thinking the minute, if it's stuck in your mind that statutory laws is not law and it does not apply, that tells me everything that you do not understand what law is. As long as statutory law does not cause a conflict of interest with the Constitution, it applies. That's the reason why I showed you that in all criminal prosecution, not some, but all, in the Sixth Amendment, it tells you in all criminal prosecution, you have a right to a public trial and a impartial jury of the state and within the district that you are in. You have a right to that. If I go and read in the state constitution and it says that the trial by jury shall remain inviolate, that means that it can never be violated for anybody's convenience ever. And then if I go and read statutory law and then I see in the statutory law in the district court or a municipal court, they only have the power to give a trial, a jury, what is it called? A trial without a jury, basically a bench trial. That's the only thing that they can give, which means that the judge, it's going to be a judge with no jury. Now, you got to understand right then and there, this can apply to you if you let it. Or you can challenge the actual jurisdiction, personal jurisdiction that would be, because the court forum does not have power over you. Because if they continue with this forum, it's going to literally violate a liberty that you have without due process. And what liberty is that? You should have a right to waive a trial by jury, and that court does not give you the power to waive it. So you must challenge the jurisdiction of it. Now, if you choose to go on in it, then that's you. It still don't mean that they don't have to still apply the due process still. Even if you stay in that court forum, you still just need to understand due process. But the point is, I can show you where some statutes do cause a conflict of interest. But here's the thing. The First Amendment says you have to. Right? I'm looking to exercise my human rights. Lord. Somebody said they're looking to exercise their human rights. Well, every right that's stated and in line with the Constitution through statute, etc., it's already there. It's there. That's what your rights are supposed to be protected. And let me help y'all explain something, man. I'm gonna get crunk. I'm gonna get live on here sometimes, but I promise you, I'm not arguing. I promise you, I'm not mad because y'all say anything. Y'all do not emotionally control me that way, so don't look at it. I just got a passion for what I do. I love to do this. It does excite me. So yeah, don't ever take it that I'm arguing. I will not waste my time to argue with anybody because the law says what it says. And I can't argue with it myself. So, I mean, it just puts us in a place of compliance. That's all we can do. Do you mind if I send you a book? I don't need a book. I'm good. I do not need a book. I'm going to read the law. I don't want to be influenced by no other books other than what I write from my perception, from my understanding and reading of exactly what the law say. I ain't trying to be no asshole. I'm just being straight up. I'm good on that. I will definitely read my books, which is aligned with the actual law and what the law say. I don't want to be influenced by no other books no more. I can't do it. I can't let. And then the first thing I read that does not go along with the law, I'm gonna close it. I'm just gonna not even read it no more. It's a waste of my time. Yep. As soon as it say, yeah, you are a state national, such and such, close the book. By the fifth paragraph, and I'm just joking. Don't take this serious. I'm just joking, but still.
I'm laughing because I can see you doing that shit right now. Like,
bro, I would though. I don't want to hear nothing else. As soon as you say that shit, close the book. It's over. I cannot let you mess with my mind like that. Because I've been there.
Be energy harvesting. People be energy harvesting. And when you say just what you just said, because I've been there. So many of us over this journey of time have heard a lot of this information over and over. Some of us, even at times, got so sucked into the information we was saying it ourselves, like, yeah, this is that and this, and yep, it's an American national and state national and all these different terms of just going into these studies, and then you have to step back. And when you step back and really start studying the law, like you said, you begin to see what was we missing all along.
Yep.
Context, usage, and application. And I'm gonna say it over and over until till the end don't shine. Context, usage, and application. You gotta understand the context. You gotta understand the usage of it. You gotta understand the application of it. Because just because you see one word over here, don't mean it's not being used differently over here in a different context.
That's true.
That's how it's so easy to interpret things or have a different understanding than someone else, because you just simply won't take into consideration the context in which you might be using it simply does not apply here.
Absolutely.
Then people get emotional. Oh, you this, you that. Now you just stupid. You don't know this and you, but you're not backing anything of what you say by any law
Not a
at
damn
all.
thing. The only thing they can say next is that law don't apply to me. I don't let that define me. Okay.
What that just told me is you're a rule breaker. You're someone who's like the kids in school who,
That's
when the
exactly
teacher
what it
tell you to get
says.
in line, you don't want to listen. You want to do what you want to do, so you're a rule breaker. So that's why you yourself won't follow rules, statute, codes, rules, and regulations. You see yourself above that.
Yep. And that's not a sovereign. A sovereign is one with the law all day. One with it. Not above it, not outside of it, but one. It fulfills it. Every word.
People like being rule breakers, and I'm not against nobody, but I just feel like there's a certain decorum and there's a certain respect for certain establishments and things, and people don't want to respect. People want to disrespect and be emotional and derogatory, and it's like we don't have to be like that as a people.
Exactly. Especially when we all trying to just get to the same place, which is making sure we secure our rights, protect our families, etc. Build the beautiful communities that we want to do. Make sure we live in safe communities, and those who we elect into as into these positions operate within. But we can't do none of that with with the provisions the way people put it. So check this out. Everybody like to talk about this, so we're gonna break it down. So we're gonna go to start with Title 28 first. So Title 28, and then you got to go to Title 28, Judiciary Judicial Procedure. I need everybody to say that for me. Title 28 is about judiciary and judicial procedure. I need to hear y'all say this shit. I'm not going nowhere till I hear y'all say it.
Title
Oh, shit.
28,
Title
judiciary,
28 is
judicial
about
procedure.
judiciary and judicial procedure.
Thank you.
Judicial procedure.
Now we're going to go to particular proceedings. Now, everybody say this. Title 28, Part 6, particular proceedings.
Title 28, Part
Part
6,
six,
particular
Particular
procedure.
proceeding.
All right, now we're going to go to Chapter 126, Federal Debt Collection Procedure. So that's Title 28, Chapter 176, Part 6, Federal Debt Collection Procedure. Go.
Title
Title
28,
28,
Title
Chapter
28,
Chapter
176,
176,
176,
Part
Part
6,
Part
6,
6,
Federal Debt
Federal
Collection
Debt
Federal
Procedure.
Debt
Collection
Collection
Procedure.
Procedure.
Federal Debt Collection Procedure.
All right, we're going to click on definitions. Now, this says definitions and general provisions. So let's click on 3002 definitions. And we're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom. And it says United States means a federal corporation, an agency, department, commission, board, or other entity of the United States or an instrumentality of the United States. Now, I just want somebody to answer this. Does this apply to every act of Congress?
No. Title 28.
It only applies where? Under federal debt collection procedure in judicial, what was it called again? I had y'all say
Procedure.
procedure. This is the only place this is applies, guys. It's only a federal corporation when it comes to what type of procedures? Federal debt collection procedure. Now, if this definition was to apply everywhere, then don't you think that it would say in determining the meaning of any act of Congress that the United States would mean this? Yes or no?
Yeah, they would put it in the first one.
Oh, say that shit again. They would have did what?
They would have put it in the first one instead.
Now, why didn't they say this? Why didn't they say the very same thing? The same thing that they said, these words are going to apply in any act of Congress the same, unless it specifies different. Why didn't it use the United States right here? Or why didn't it say the same thing about the United States in the context that everybody try to put it, that it's a federal corporation? There's only one answer for that.
It only applies here, federal debt collection procedure.
Thank you. So how can you take this term and use it everywhere else?
They taking it out of context.
Yeah, you're just doing what you want. You're interpreting it for what works for you.
Yes. People are interpreting these things, and it's because they're taking it out of context. But a lot of it, to be truthful, it's the learning spaces that a lot of us are in. We hear someone say it, and because it sounds right when they say it, or seems to be true when they say it, we adopt what they are basically telling us.
Without even fact checking the shit.
Because I myself, just full of transparency, sometimes I read these statutes and I read it 4 times and I'm just still like, what does that even mean? What is it saying? So it's definitely a comprehension.
And then I'm going to keep saying this to y'all. Somebody said, not here to offend anyone. On that note, I'm going to leave in peace. Peace. Holla at you. What I'm going to say is this. Y'all get mad at somebody that win cases. I utilize these laws to win. If you here to win and you coming around me to win, this is what we're going to do. We're going to use these very laws against them and win cases. And I'll never have to mention anything about the citizenship statuses that y'all apply and try to say. I'll never mention them. I wish my bro was on here today. I just did something for him. He was like, man, you don't use any of that stuff, do you? I said, no. Same way we won your son's case. I didn't use any of it. I just used the law because I understand what controls them. If I'm a sovereign and I got the law to command you to do what I'm saying, then I'm just going to speak the law and watch you have to do it. If you fail to do it, you will be held accountable for it.
People don't like simple, they like complex. And people ain't really mad at you, they're really mad at themselves.
That's true too.
Facts.
But it's like it's just to the point to where I be really trying to understand people, because like I'm somebody that like I ain't gonna get mad if I see you doing something that I'm just not into. I ain't finna argue with you about what you doing. Keep doing what you doing. I just ain't reading that shit right now. I ain't into doing all of that, and that's just what it is. If I ever get to it, then just know I'm gonna get to it. But I'm not mad because you operating the way you want to do. Y'all talking about executive letters? Been there, done that. Somebody try to act like I don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to that. I've done it before. You know what I'm saying? We done slid through with a couple cases, but shit, they was trying to push back, fight, and all that. I ain't got time to be fighting with these folks over some words. Shit. Man, we gonna use, okay, so these the right words to use, and then it's open sesame, the door is open. Well, I'm gonna use the words that opens the freaking door. Damn. What's wrong with that? Y'all want me to use all y'all words that it keeps saying, what it say when you wrong password, try again. You got 5 more terms. And then if you don't get the password word right in that time, then you finna get a contempt. I'm finna block your ass up out of your phone or whatever you try to do. Yeah, I'll get tired of that. Yeah, we do not hear these sovereign citizen statements, such and such, such and such. This, then you like, this ain't sovereign. I read it out of the Blackstock dictionary. Yeah, and you don't understand those don't apply today. What edition of that? This from the first edition. That's definitely before the Reconstruction era. That shit don't apply. See, this is what I'm saying. Law goes hand in hand with history. And even more so, the most people that's pissed off about me is Moors too. As if I ain't one. We all Moors. Moors ain't even a term we gave our damn self. That's what somebody else called us. We were known by our tribes in the places that we belong. That was it. Everybody else called you something else. Because it was easier to just call you one gooper thing. Oh, that's a Moor. He dark skinned. He's swarthy haired. He's dark. Yeah, that's all that means. At the end of the day. Do we got a right to express our heritage? Absolutely. Are we above the law? Hell no. Are we considered nationals and citizens of the United States and have constitutional standing? Absolutely. If you start recognizing your race as more, then guess what? The United States can't discriminate against that. They can't not do something for you, or et cetera, because you say your race is more or Moorish or whatever. They can't do nothing to you. You can, unless you allow it to happen. But the whole point of what Noble Drew Ali set up, I keep saying this, and you can say, think I'm blind or whatever. It doesn't matter. I do not care. But the whole point is he brought you, number one, brought you what you would consider to be your old time religion, right? Then he said, hey, get into civics. Get into civics. Obey the government, basically in the land of which you live in, pretty much. I'm not going to pretty much break all the way down the Constitution of the, the divine Constitution itself, but I'm just telling you what it says do. That's why he said, I'm going to allow. He said, literally, the European man or the race of European people, I'm going to allow them to run government until you learn. So the whole entire time, you're supposed to be in MSTA, Morrison Temple of America, learning government. That was the whole point of it being established like a government. So you can start to learn how to run government anyway. That way, when you easily step out into these public offices, then now you can go. And you can represent the Moorish race of people as you are a public servant, as a sheriff, a mayor, a city council, a governor, etc. That's what the purpose of it, what it was for. When he said you Moorish American, Moorish is your lineage. You are born on the American soil, which is in the United States of America. And it's also Moorish Science Temple of America can be established in Canada. That just means that now if you up there, you still a Canadian, you have to operate according to the government of which the land that you are in. But, you know, y'all get mad at that too. Oh, well. Oh, well. I ain't going to be mad at it, you know. Like, I'm still going to keep showing people how to exercise their rights. Y'all still going to keep hearing people come on here giving their testimonies. Y'all still going to keep seeing people say, I learned this from Eric or what. It's not going to change. You're not going to stop that because you disagree with me or anybody else in here. That don't stop that. We just operating on what the law say and what is absolutely true. That's why I can't wait till this conference, man. When this conference come, when we June the 27th get here, you gonna really see a lot more of what I have in store to show you. I'm just showing y'all a little bit right now. I'm just showing you the basic stuff that you walk into this journey and what people say. And I've literally just proven every bit of it to be wrong. But people get so upset about it and will try to throw up any other word. And you say, hey, listen, I will, if you can show me the exact law, right? That's just like earlier today. Now, I want you to pay attention to this, right? We had a dialogue on TikTok with someone, and very, very good dialogue with this person. But I was trying to help them understand. They were saying that their right, according to their right protected according to the Fourth Amendment, and then they were saying that that they shouldn't have to challenge subject matter jurisdiction or anything like that. They're just going to defend their right according to the Fourth Amendment. And I said, well, even if you don't challenge subject matter jurisdiction at the very beginning, let's say you go all the way into trial, and then you prove they violated due process of law. No matter if you challenge subject matter jurisdiction, then they're going to dismiss their case based upon not having subject matter jurisdiction because of the violation of due process of law. It takes away subject matter jurisdiction. So it don't matter if you say, oh, well, I'm operating on a common law right. Okay, I get that. That's cool. But you still got to understand that the minute that you prove that there's no evidence for the charge that they're trying to charge you with, that takes away subject matter jurisdiction, no matter what. Do everybody understand that?
Yep.
Fact. The Constitution don't give you rights. It protects them. Your rights already exist. But see, that's all I was trying to explain to this person that was like, no, I ain't trying to do subject matter. I should be able to just say my rights, and this is what this is. Okay. But you still removing subject matter jurisdiction. Ain't no way around it. Do anybody see where I'm coming from, or you have a misunderstanding? We can talk about it.
I got this clear, man.
Anybody want to add to it? Y'all more than welcome. Anybody want to add to it? I just be trying to let y'all know, like, I understand that I'm pissing y'all off. I was pissed off. Just like Brett just said, ain't shit we could say or do about it. What you want me to say? Like, for real. I felt the same way. No, all jokes aside. And then
Sometimes we have to get pissed off before change can happen.
You feel me? So that's why at the first of the year, guys, I'm telling you, I sat down and I put the whole Lawman series together. All these different books that says the Lawman on it. If you pay attention, I'm showing you what I found out. And I'm showing it, and that's why I'm showing you, like, look, just operate completely by law. Know the Constitution. Make sure you understand authority, and that chain of command has to flow. Even if it's a policy, there's nothing wrong with policies. As long as policy is connected to a statute, the statute is connected to the Constitution or the state constitution, and so forth up till you get to the U.S. Constitution. As long as it's all way in line, it does not break the chain of command, then even the policy is okay. But when they started making policies, started saying that you had to, you know what I'm saying, hit yourself in the arm with something and all this type of stuff, taking these different devices and stuff to put it in your body, they don't got that power over you. See, that policy takes away liberties. And it could be even seen as a religious right as well, whatever it may be. But they cannot use those things to discriminate against you. So that's why when they had their little virus out for y'all, I'm trying to choose my words so they don't start shadow banning my live, because they will. But when they started to do that, when they did that, a lot of people felt like that. If jurisprudence is correct, then there's volumes on state national. Here go Craig Prince. Boy, Craig, you still ain't showed me the definition that defines that. Not one time. There's a such thing as a state citizen, because you are a citizen of the state in which you reside and live in. That's true. State nationals don't, there's no definition for that. I'm sorry. And we're all waiting for it. And you got to understand, any definition that you want to try to use in these dictionaries that y'all use, it usually. So again, for every, what else could you be saying? I mean, seriously. Can anybody answer that for me? Do y'all feel the same way? Anybody in here? I'm just asking. I might not. I might be the only one. I'm just asking though. What else does it
I
insinuate?
mean, I don't know.
What'd you say,
I
bro?
don't know what they talking about. So
No, I'm just saying. I'm asking you a question because this is what people say. In order for them to say these particular things exist and that a 14th Amendment, et cetera, creates a second-class citizen who's a slave and all this type of stuff, then that's what you are saying black people are. Then somebody tried to say, well, black people don't got no rights. We just watched Afro Man win because of freedom of speech protected by the First Amendment, that the officers tried to sue him. They couldn't sue him. Then somebody else tried to say, well, no, that ain't it, because if they wouldn't have had a video, this case wouldn't even exist. What the fuck does that even mean? The case do exist. They do got a video. They got all the stuff. So what does that mean? What y'all saying is very unintelligent. And I'm just going to keep asking. If you are trying to say these particular things, because all these terms that y'all speaking on is only before the Reconstruction era. So you are insinuating that these so-called black African-American people, who are really the indigenous people, but let me show you what it say about that too, because all y'all want to be Indians, y'all want to be all this other stuff too, and that's fine. It ain't a problem, but shit, just make sure you bow down to what's finna be stated and showed to you. That's all I'm saying. Make sure you just, hey, it's okay. Every tongue, every knee shall bow. Everybody got to confess that the law is true. It's true, guys. We ain't got no choice. So let me just show you. Let's go on down and look at it again. Look what it says. That's the wrong one. I went to the wrong one. Wrong one. Let me just show you. Nationality at birth and collective naturalization. What does it say about the Indians? National citizens of the United States at birth. Now, why did they talk about Indians here? Aboriginal tribes. Don't matter who you try to call yourself. You're still a national citizen of the United States at birth if you was born on this land, anywhere. It just don't take away anything of your tribal rights. As you can see, a person born in the United States to a member of an Indian, Eskimo, Aleutian, or other Aboriginal tribe, provided that the granting of citizenship under this subsection shall not in any manner impair or otherwise affect the right of such person to tribal or other property. Can somebody, anybody else want to explain this? Keanu, you want to explain what that means? Don't that mean they nationals and citizens of the United States too, at birth?
Absolutely. You ready, clear? I don't know if people comprehend it because people read all day and don't comprehend stuff, but hey.
I'm just saying, it say here they self that it said it don't even take away a right to your tribe or anything that you got, the treaties and all. You still got them. You still got your property, but you still and will be considered a national citizen of the United States at birth.
I'm convinced that people just don't want to be citizens. They think it's something bad about that term or something. I don't know, because it's like people running away from it.
So stop using the dollar. Stop going to our businesses and stuff like that as well too. Stop doing anything with us. Matter of fact, get the fuck on and leave. That's what that means, because now they'll say, well, I ain't got no contract. It's implied. You still here. You got the opportunity. The law says you want to use human rights. Human rights says you got the right to leave this country and change your nationality today. Get by. If your ass choose to stay, it's implied that you want to be a citizen here. Or you want to keep your citizenship here. Whether you identify as a state national or whatever you may identify as, but it doesn't matter. It's implied. If you don't like it, hike it. Anybody want to prove me wrong?
I don't think it says state before the word nationals right there.
It does not.
I don't think it says American state nationals or American nationals before that either.
Or American citizen.
Man, let's just do it.
Oh,
Let's.
y'all rock.
What'd you say?
Rocket science tonight.
What'd you say, bro?
I said y'all rocket science tonight. Rocket scientists. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Let's get through this shit.
We need to get through this shit, don't we? Let it
Hell
out.
yeah.
It's got to be over with today. We never coming back to this shit no more after this.
Yep.
Y'all can have it.
They need to have these type of civics classes in school because this is really important because you
Maybe.
wouldn't be adults today having these issues if they would start having subject matter like this in school beginning. But it still starts at home because it doesn't mean that you can't start at home and teach your children at home when the school ain't teaching them. But it would be nice. It would be nice.
Okay, so now y'all said some people say that the states is not subject to the federal constitution. Well, if they not, then why they free their slaves? That no slavery shall exist in this state, and there shall not be any involuntary servitude. So if the people are considered to be chattel slavery, slavery is slavery. I don't give a care damn how you put it. That means that there is a violation here of a constitutional rights, right? It's there. This is Alabama. I'm showing it. I'm showing that it's still in line, no matter what. Now we finna go look at something. We finna go look and see anywhere in Alabama does it say you a state national. Like it's gonna say you a citizen of the state, and it's gonna say you still a U.S. citizen. So now, and then here's the thing. Let me show y'all how many laws in this motherfucker. Cause who Alabama think they is? Look how many amendments that is. You can't tell me y'all know all of this. 772 amendments, bruh. Y'all couldn't get this shit right the first time. Shit. Who gonna read all this stuff, man? 700 amendments. Bro, that's insane. But anytime that there are like new local things that happen, anything that they do, they come and amend it, etc. But it all still has to be in line. But what I'm saying is showing is I'm finna show you that there is nothing that y'all be saying, even here. Because the only one that could define nationality on an international level is the federal government, as it did in the 14th Amendment. Right? So look at this. Alabama says this. Equality and rights of men. Does this not go with the 14th Amendment that all men, and then you remember, it also applies to, as you see, women, the feminine, are equally free and independent. They are endowed by their creator with certain inalienable rights that among these are life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness. That's everybody. Everybody free.
Wait, Eric,
Go ahead.
didn't I see somebody comment say that I'm a man?
Yeah.
I'm not. Does that right there say that all men isn't men and man equivalent?
Yep. It's the plural form.
So
Absolutely.
they act like the judicial system does not recognize man and woman or men and women. It's grammar, but it's crazy. I've literally had a judge say to me, "Here before me, I have a woman." And people believe that these judges don't see you like they say we're you acting as a dead entity or I've never seen one judge that I've stood before look at me as like or even insinuate or even make me feel like I was dead. Like I can't even fathom that or grasp that ideology because like you said, when you're actually winning cases and you're putting in the footwork, it goes so smooth. You don't have have to use none of that. I'm a living man stuff, a living woman. I'm a national, American national state. You don't have to use none of that stuff, and it will flow. You don't have to put any of that into the writings. If as long as you understand the procedures and how the court moves, you can win.
Facts. Now watch this. This is Alabama code. What title is this, Ricardo?
Title 1, Chapter 1, Section 111.
Oh ho! If you know numerology, what's happening? But let's go.
That's the gateway.
Check this out. This what opened the doors, as you just said. This the gateway. So before we can read any statutory law in the state of Alabama, we got to come to Title 1, Chapter 1, which is the construction of code and statutes. So these definitions is going to apply. Now look what it says. The following words, whenever they appear in this code, have the following meanings unless otherwise apparent from the what you've been saying, Kenyana? Context.
Context.
Or otherwise explicitly defined. So unless it gets redefined, then this is exactly what it means. Now, y'all say it don't speak of a woman, an adult human of female sex. There you go. Spoke of a woman. Man, an adult human of male sex. Mother, the female parent of child or children. There you go. Person includes an individual. Right?
No, Eric, they said it does not recognize us.
They did say that, didn't they? A girl, a human female who has not yet reached adulthood. A boy, a human male who has not reached adulthood. So if we go by the terminologies of what this is, what this says, hey, man, don't be calling me no boy. That's disrespectful on many different levels, especially if you are in adulthood. Because that's really stating that you in a form of incompetencies too. Do understand that. But it also said female when used in reference to a what?
Natural person.
An individual as well who has had and will have or would have, but for developmental anatomy, genetic anatomy, or accident, the reproductive system that at some point produces over. Oh my goodness. So that means you can't be out here saying that you are a boy, Damon.
Or that we are corporate fictions and dead entities, all this other stuff that is not in context.
So it says state when applied to different parts of the United States includes the District of Columbia. Oh, does it say includes? And several territories of the United States. United States includes the territories thereof and the District of Columbia. It just don't say that it's District of Columbia. It includes these territories and District of Columbia, and which is the continental United States that it's speaking on. So now we understand, and I didn't see anything mentioning in there about some form of citizenship, stuff like that. I didn't see that. So that's sex-based terminology. Oh my goodness. Let's see what they have to say in here. Oh my shit. What they say? Men and women are what? Legally equal, but are not physically the same.
Equal protections, baby.
Legally equal means by law, but physically you're not. So it didn't say a black man, a white man, a free white man, or a free white. It didn't say none of that, right? Okay, I'm just making sure we have an understanding.
I'm starting to see what they do with the terms white and black. It's emotional. Because the moment people hear white or black, they get emotionally triggered. But when you go into the context of reading the words, they don't put white before nothing. They don't put black before nothing. They don't put, Mexican. They don't put, it's literally, man, it's gender neutral. And it's like, why are we so emotionally ready to react versus logically just seeing the words for what they are?
Now watch this. Existing rights, remedies, and defenses preserved. So this code, meaning the 2025 Code of Alabama, shall not affect any existing right, remedy, or defense, nor shall it affect any prosecution now commenced or which shall be hereafter commenced for any offense already committed. As to all such cases, the laws in force at the adoption of this code shall continue in force. But this section does not apply to changes in form of remedy or defense to rules of evidence, nor to provisions authorizing amendments of process proceedings in the pleadings in civil cases. So yes, this still is in intact. It's still going. Classifications of organizations code that speaks on that, which has to be a separate from what it spoke up here. But yet we have not seen anything about citizenship. So let's see if we can find. Talks about the flag. Let's see miscellaneous provisions. Let's go down here now, because I'm trying to look where it would say you a state national. I'm sorry, that's what I'm looking for. So it should say it in the state's laws, and we're gonna see if we can find out. Oh, it does says the common law of England is adapted though. The common law of England so far it is not what inconsistent with the Constitution. So if y'all come over here with that common law bullshit, talking about free white persons and all of that, and it's inconsistent with the Constitution, that shit gotta go. Do we gotta understand it? Before I continue.
Understood.
Laws and institution of this state. What kind of bullshit was that? There we go. Shall together with such institutions and laws be rules of decisions and shall continue in force except as from time to time it may be altered or repealed by legislature. So there you go. So y'all can't bring all those old laws and all of that that's inconsistent with the Constitution here today. That shit don't exist. Sorry. Man. I'm just reading, guys. This is how I study. If y'all want to know, so that we went through miscellaneous, we ain't see nothing there. Let's back on out. We got agriculture, animals, aviation, civil practice, courts, educations. What else we looking for? Legislature, state governments. What it says here. Hey, I'm finna trip out. Cause how about I know? Oh, come on now. Don't take all that. Get to the process, buddy. Oh man. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
I'm about
yeah,
to say, cause they'll get rid of my ass quick. All right, so now we in looking for the state. Let's go with the general provisions. You know how many times, boy, just for me speaking truth like this, they didn't got me up off of TikTok so fast, boy. Man, I still sovereignty and jurisdiction of the state says that. I'm still looking, y'all. I don't see nothing that's gonna define shit. I
What
know
you
why.
looking for specifically?
I'm looking for state national. Is it defined in the state of Alabama in any other state? I'm looking for it. But I know why I know why I'm not gonna find it, but we looking for it because we want to make sure that we follow the law. We don't want to be wrong. So we looking. I don't see anything that is talking about citizenship, family. Do you guys? Now I can tell you why, but why can't I find anything about a citizenship?
I'll tell you why. It's simple. It's a simple Google search. Even outside of that, it says the term state national is not legally recognized or defined within the Code of Alabama. The phrase is commonly associated with the sovereign citizen movement, which claims individuals cannot opt out of the U.S. citizenship to become state nationals.
You got me laughing so hard, man.
It
um,
said it's frivolous. It's frivolous.
Look, listen, man. Listen. um, I'm telling you why. And that's one reason too. That's one of the main reasons, just that. But let me help you understand. Let me see. Amended 2022. Okay, here we go. Here we go. I think I found what I'm looking for. Let's see. No. I don't see it, guys.
It probably disappeared.
I know that it just don't exist.
You have to see it, Eric, because the free white person said that they are.
Now
I'm
y'all just being mean. Now y'all just being mean.
just trying to find it, man. Shit. I mean, I ain't trying to be mean. I'm just saying, like, damn, we gonna look for it.
I would like to ask them where did they find it at in the code or the law?
They didn't.
Oh, okay.
But see, I want you to understand why we're not gonna find in here anywhere where it's defining citizenship. And it's real simple because citizenship was already defined by the federal government, the U.S. Constitution, which the state is subject to. And somebody will literally say, no, the state's not. Well, then why they free the slaves? 13th Amendment. Why they got it written in their constitution that there can be no slaves?
Because it's the federal constitution and citizenship is solely under the federal jurisdiction. So a state or a state constitution or a state code
It don't got
is
the
not
power.
going to define citizen. It's not. Or citizenship. Even if you go to the USCIS, the in every state, just like they said, the federal jurisdiction is technically within the states and their meaning as opposed to their administrative areas and buildings. So
Yep.
some of the federal administrative buildings that you go to, they're in the district of your state, just like the U.S. Senate, just like the U.S. District Court, and just like USCIS for immigrants. Those buildings and those establishments are going to deal with citizenship. The craziest thing is when I was looking for the so-called citizenship, because I got on that journey of, everybody saying you need to change your status, you need to be a this, you need to be a that. The craziest thing, the U.S. Attorney General's office said, I know exactly what you're trying to find. You need to go over to the U.S. Senator's office. And that is the very first time that I was ever addressed. And when the lady spoke to me on the phone so kindly, she said, ma'am, she said, I understand everything that you were talking about. But here is the issue. When you have a personal, special situation regarding your status, these establishments have their own rules and their own policies. And when your particular situation is outside of their rules and their part and their policies, you have to bring your issue before the court under the U.S. jurisdiction because it's particular to you. We do not interfere with state establishments that have their own codes and policies and rules. If you are specifically speaking to the citizenship status that you are speaking to, it has to be under the federal jurisdiction.
Yep. Nowhere around it because basically they saying they don't got the power to define it. The 14th Amendment
They
did.
didn't say that your claim was invalid or your claim was wrong. They said it's just not here.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I
And
mean,
when
you
you even look up on Google, if you just look up, if even if you use whether you say Alabama, you're specifically going into Alabama. So even if I was to say,
anybody
can
else's.
Indiana define citizenship? It's going to say no.
Right.
The Alabama code does not independently define what a citizen is because citizenship is a matter of constitutional and federal law.
Thank you.
Alabama relies on federal definitions and the U.S. Constitution. In parentheses, 14th Amendment, which states that all persons born or naturalized in the United States and subject to its jurisdiction are citizens.
Mm. Oh, me. I love it, man. I love it. Can we move forward after this, guys? After tonight?
You are the bomb, Eric.
Yeah, we can. The free man might not.
Oh, I
We
fucking.
are
So
only
yeah.
we are only slaves to our own mind
Oh my
and thought.
fucking god.
This should be an awakening for a lot of people.
Oh my shit, man. Hold on. Ricardo said the free man might not. Oh my god, bro. I cannot. I
The
cannot, man.
freed man gonna pull them slaughterhouse cases in that
And the slaughterhouse
what else
cases
they
and
be
shit.
using?
The case
Slaughterhouse and
proves our point though. It proves what we're
Dred
saying
Scott.
when they use those cases. Even the Dred Scott case proves what we're saying.
I'm like, what is going on here? Am I missing something, or am I on the short
Hey
bus? Cause
man,
what's going on here?
I'm sorry, y'all. My bad. um, man,
I bet they won't argue that stuff before a court of law.
they will. They've been arguing it. They just ain't wanting shit with it.
I was gonna say it got thrown out.
They just come back and say the judge railroaded me.
Or no, I'm gonna take it to the Supreme Court.
I know you fuck. You're not. No, you're
I'm gonna
not.
get my case lodged in the Supreme Court.
No, the fuck you're not.
We're going to do a writ of centori.
Hey, I seen this one dude. I don't say his name is, but I don't know. I just know they sent all his shit back and said, "Man, we don't want this shit."
I
This
read it with my own eyes. I read it with my own
they
eyes. I felt
they,
I
they
felt
sent the
sorry
whole
for the judge
package.
that had to read it.
They had to send the whole package back. It was a thick ass package, like a big ass box full of shit. They said,
I felt sorry for the judge who had to. I don't think the judge may have really taken the time to
"I
fully
know
read it, but I
damn
feel
well he
sorry
ain't
for
read
the
it.
judge.
I know well he ain't read it, but they sent all this shit back, man. We do not."
We are not entertaining this stuff, man.
Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, when I first started filing cases, boy, they were telling me this is sovereign citizen bullshit. Get this shit up out of here. Don't ever let you come back here no more. But that's the reason I'm telling y'all everything through experience, though. Like I've been through it to know it. Like I went through it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and me having to go through that is the reason why I can say to y'all what I'm saying. Like I know what it means to do those stuff. I know when I actually start winning. And here's the thing: even what y'all trying to say, you can try to say it, but you gotta say it different. It's what you trying to say. If you all the age of listen, just say personal matter jurisdiction. If you trying to say the court don't got jurisdiction over you, you got to explain what jurisdiction. It could be territory, subject, whatever. But you got to fully define it. You can't just walk in there and say all this other stuff about the name and this and that, and then you don't recognize what's going on. All right, I tell you what, even for y'all to try to say, okay, we under maritime law, that just means we're dealing with contracts. So the Constitution is the contract. Oh, no, I didn't sign it, but they did. And since they signed it, you hold them accountable to it. It's just that simple. You just got to recognize your place within it. Are you the people? Are you a national citizen of the United States? If so, then hold them accountable to the contract that they made with you. That's all you got to do if you're going to look at it from that perspective. So now you got to go look at their duties. It's not fully defined. So you have to go look into statutory law to see what defines their duties, to see what they're supposed to be doing and making sure they in line with it. That's how you hold them accountable. That's how you govern. That's how you be sovereigns.
I'm gonna be all the way honest. People take admiralty law and maritime law out of context too.
Do.
Because truth be told, when you understand the context for which they are using maritime law and admiralty law, we as general people are not under that law. And
Nope.
here is why. Because if you are under maritime, you have to be actively navigating waters,
Waters.
oceans, rivers that govern shipping and commerce and accidents. That's not what we're doing.
And they try to say the commerce world is that. It's not.
And it's not. It's not. It really is not. It's contextual, and people keep taking it out of context. Because I'm gonna just be honest. A lot of us came under those patriot movements where they were telling us we are under admiralty and maritime and the flag and the this.
I believe that was set up to cause the confusion.
Agents, agents purposely put out here to give
Yeah, I
confusing
know it was put out
information.
for that specific reason, for sure. Because like the whole entire point is this, guys. In order to oppress people, you have to make them ignorant of the law. You have to not want the best citizen. And the fact that law is not taught all the way from kindergarten, I don't give a damn, find a way to teach it in kindergarten and up, all the way. You don't even get to start. You get to learn a little bit about civics, but they don't fully dive you into law, et cetera, until you get into college, where you got to pay an extreme amount of money. So my point is, you're supposed to already be studying at home anyway because you live under the law. So that's the reason, even when it comes to majority status and minor accounts, I was telling somebody, it was like, well, how do you take control of your minor accounts? I said, in order for you to take control of a minor account, then that means that your mom or your dad or whoever was a custodian over your financial affairs is the one who set up this particular account for you. When you became the legal age, all you got to go do now is go sign a signature card with the bank. If that's the case, sign the signature card with the bank. The bank is going to now say that you handling your affairs. You're the majority of this account now. So you can deposit, withdraw, whatever that you may want to do. But before then, you could not. It had to go through your mother. Your mother would have to sign the checks and stuff like that for you, or whatever the case may be. Been there, done that. My mama had to do it for me when I was 12. And I was doing stuff and getting some money and stuff like that. And she wanted to set everything up, and she was a custodian over it. And then when I turned of a certain age, they made me come in, sign a signature card. This is even before I started studying this. I remember it like plain as day. It was with a credit union. Walked in there and signed my own signature card. Now I made all of my deposits, signed my own checks, etc., for myself. I just took it from a minor account to a majority account. That's it. That's what anything we doing. Because you already presumed the majority. Right? I can prove that when you go look at the legal age of majority. Legal age of majority means that you're supposed to be, right? That you are supposed to be competent. You're saying that you can handle all of your affairs. It's under presumption. And I keep telling y'all why that is the presumption, because we don't got time to keep bringing people up into, let's just say if we had to set up a whole entire center, the same way we got for you to come get driver's license and stuff and all that. So let's say we had to set up a whole entire center to come in here and let you take a test to prove to us that you competent, so we can say that you are in the majority status to handle your affairs. So you know what that means? Now that means somebody like Jamel, Ricardo, Kenyana, or Empress Majestic in here. Y'all got to go sit at this building and y'all got to listen to people talk about they state nationals. We got to do this shit all day long, because that's what's going to happen. You have a bunch of people who going to come in there and they're going to be incompetent, and now we got to go through proving everybody that they're incompetent. See, we might as well presume that you are competent and let you prove to us that you're incompetent. That takes less time. We spending less money. Because now you being incompetent for yourself is going to cause your own suffering. So if you were violated in due process and you're not competent to understand that, then you're the one that's going to suffer the harm. That's your fault. What'd you say, man?
Listen, somebody say state national me after the day, bro. That's the end of the conversation right there. I'm like, yeah, you the wrong person to be talking to.
They're gonna tell you to go to them state general assemblies and go ahead and get your state national card.
Bullshit. And they don't even understand what it means to assemble. That just means they peacefully assembled as some form of people. But when it says you can peaceably assemble, we can peaceably assemble for anything that we want to assemble for, even local townships, etc. That's really what it was talking about, that you can peacefully assemble and establish communities and local townships, etc. You can do those things.
But is that peaceful if you're getting misinformation?
No, it's not at all.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, you know, if they like peaceful misinformed information, then I guess that could be a thing, but that would need to be defined though, right? Peaceful misinformation.
I don't think they go together.
Shit, they'll make it go together. You ain't got to worry about it. They will find a way. They will find a way. I enjoyed y'all tonight though. Just talking and clowning with y'all. I still ain't found Alabama stating what citizenship or state national. I have not found that in the law nowhere. So I'm sorry, guys. I tried. I tried to back up y'all claim. I did the best that I could. I could not find it. Did you find it in Indiana?
No, no, no.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I just cannot find it at all.
Did anybody else look in your state? Did you guys find it? I know y'all looked. Somebody else in looked in their state. They was like, let me see if I can find it. I know y'all looked. Did y'all find it?
I looked in North Carolina. I don't see Nathan.
Man, we ain't gonna find it.
I swear to God, y'all sound just like I sounded when I read this shit. Y'all
I
sound
can't
just...
believe I saw that it said only white persons can be state nationals.
Yeah, I saw that too.
Yeah, wow.
And I ain't from the. I'm not from certain places that people try to place, but I always say this, and I'm gonna leave this at this tonight, man. I know when it comes to us as so-called Black African American people, et cetera, we try to look for an identity, and we saying we have an identity crisis. No, we don't. God already made you who and what you are. You are nationals and citizens of the United States. You are part of the constitutional fold. You are here in their presence. The only identity that y'all need to look for is understanding that you are governing people. That's it. You don't got to attach yourself to nothing in the past but what is happening right now. And when you start to realize that, then you start defining who you are right now by your actions, by how you take control and start acting within this government that your ancestors fought and shed blood to make sure your political rights stand today. Anything else after that, well, that would call not honoring our mother and father. So I'd like to leave y'all with that. Anybody else want to say anything before we close out? Y'all more than welcome. You good, Ricardo?
I'm good, man. I'm blessed to have been enlightened by you today, man. This is teaching me a lot, being able to break it down this way, man. So I thank you. I thank you. I appreciate you. I appreciate the Most High. I appreciate each and every one of y'all too, man. I had a lot of fun tonight. Thank you, man.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Anybody else? Y'all more than welcome. I'm just trying to let y'all get y'all steamed out. Well, because once we done with this topic, we done with this shit. I've been going about it all week, getting cussed out, talked about. And I just came to the point that, man, people just delusional, man. They just want to believe and say. And then I had people, like, it was one dude, he was trying to say I said a word, and I didn't even say that. Like, what are you talking about? Show me where I mentioned certain stuff that you're saying. I didn't say that. You're putting words into my status and my mouth, and I didn't say those things. So you can't just make up something that you thought I said, and that's not what I'm saying. You know? But anybody else?
I'm going to just say thank you, Eric. I'm going to say thank you to everybody on this call. I enjoyed this call. And one last thing, watch out for them keyboard warriors because they coming now.
They coming. They is definitely coming.
Oh, you's a bad man after this one. A bad
They
man.
coming.
What?
Them keyboard warriors is coming, boy.
I'm everything in the book right now. I guarantee you, people sharing my posts and they look groups and all this type of stuff and talking about he don't know what he talking about. And then I'm like, okay, I understand this. Okay, I don't.
I commented on your post and I got called a slave, man. I said, damn.
I said
Man, what
slavery.
you always say truth, proof, law, and relief, man. That's what it is.
Man, that's what we seek, bro. Because truth is, I can't say this word either. Damn. These damn rules that they got to be on these platforms. But truth is the let me just say truth is the gospel. I can't use the other word. But truth is the same thing that is sought out in all religions, which would literally make truth what? The only.
The light.
It's the only. Literally, it's the only. Because truth is what all seeks. Now, that's what we're supposed to seek anyway. But I mean, people don't want truth; they get upset. But somebody said to me this to me today, guys. Like, just remember, just plant the seed. That's our job to do. We're planting the seed, and sometimes it's not always your job to water it. People will come back 5, 6 years from now and say, "Hey, man, you were right. I understand exactly what you were saying." And I've been one of those people before when it comes to certain situations. But y'all know me. I tell y'all, listen, if I find out something new that's going to shape and shift my direction and path and make it more solid and everything works faster and more precise, then that's what the freak I'm going with. I ain't finna be running around in circles mentioning all this other stuff, and it ain't never did me no favors. Anytime, even when I filed my damn estate and all this stuff, and we claimed it. Like a lot of us did it, but I had to fight for that. And the only way I got it done is because I used the law of their ministerial duties against them. Other than that, they weren't trying to hear shit I was talking about until I pulled that law out and say, "This is what you're supposed to do." And they was like, "Yeah, you're right. Come on in and file it." I know damn well. But when I went up there talking about state, national, and I ain't paying no fees, I ain't doing this, I ain't doing none of this stuff, y'all gonna file this for me right now. And they was like, "No, the fuck we're not." Then I said, "Hold on, let me go find the law." I found the law. And they was like, "Okay, you can file it. We'll file it for you." That's it though. That's all we can do, man. I just really want to say that y'all ain't got to argue with nobody. If y'all go in the comments, you know what I'm saying? Don't get emotional with these people. Cause I just been the same way y'all heard me laugh tonight is how I've been laughing at them the whole entire time. Cause they get so mad. And for me, I'm just gonna be honest with you. Like, man, my Facebook been need some engagement. So I had to figure out something to bring some controversy to y'all. And I found the right thing to press the right buttons, boy. It's two things I'm always win with. That state national stuff and Donald Trump. Boy, them two right there, boy, I'm gonna get some engagement on them two. I don't care what. Hey, if you a content creator, just talk about those. Just talk about Trump. You can talk about Trump. You get paid. Hell, you can even talk about LeBron James. They gonna come to your page, man. I'm trying to tell you. It's just certain people that's controversial. I don't know what they're gonna do when LeBron is done though. They ain't gonna have shit else to talk about. A lot of people gonna lose jobs because they can't be controversial no more. It's gonna happen. Watch. But I'm just saying, if you want to stay controversial. That's for all y'all content creators. You gotta have a look. And it's okay. Don't worry about I learned this from 50 Cent, just watching 50. Go watch 50 Cent, man. He don't care what nobody comment, what nobody say. He just makes sure that he rub you the wrong way a little bit. And he understands this just getting him paid. He don't care if you know his opinion, his thoughts, or what. It doesn't matter. Who cares? They're taking the time to have all this breath for you. They took the time to write a whole paragraph to tell me something they want me to know. So I appreciate the comments. My engagement has went up. I don't mind being called a stupid motherfucker or what else y'all gonna call me, as long as Facebook pay out for y'all comments. I appreciate it because the engagement has been sweet. Keep it going. Straight up. Don't let these folks, man, really, really shake y'all. But we finna get out of here. So we've been on here almost 3 hours. We spent a nice little time today. We'll be right back on schedule come Monday to you guys. So we'll start this other ebook that I got going on. We'll get to that. And somebody said, I saw someone average 100 views until he started talking about Trump. Now he averaged about 50K. See, that's what I said. Sometimes y'all gotta get out y'all emotions, man. Go represent Trump and get paid. That don't mean that's gotta be what your intentions be, but damn, you wanna make some money, go talk about Trump. Trump gonna get you paid. I'm for real. Y'all think I'm playing, man. Donald Trump gonna get you paid. All you gotta do is be on the opposite side. That's why I seen the smartest dude, man. This one dude, he wasn't even a Trump friend. He was a Democrat and everything, but he went and printed up Trump shirts. Got paid. See, y'all be so emotionally involved, man, to be missing the opportunities. That's why I understood what Kanye did, making the homeless clothes and all this stuff. And then he started wearing the Grandmaster clothing with the pointy hat and all that type of stuff. He was just like, I'm going to sell their clothes to them like they sell their clothes to us. They talk about us. What's the difference? And it ain't no difference for real. Just a bunch of emotional people. Peace, though. Y'all have a great night. Been great. I don't know what happened to any of my sounds. They gone. There they go. There they go. Wonder where they went. Let's go. Y'all have a great one.
All right, man.
Take care, y'all. Take care, man.
Peace
Have a
and
good one,
blessings,
y'all.
everyone. Thank you.
Peace and blessings.
Hey.